Thank you all for coming. I know it's a very difficult time on this day, but here we are nonetheless, and we're here not just for us, to remember Vanguard Zombies for the short life it had. Vanguard Zombies was an installment of Call of Duty Zombies, that amazing franchise we all know and love. But Vanguard Zombies led a very short life, but I'm sure we can all remember it, right? Vanguard Zombies achieved many great things, like the things it did, the good things it did, which were... Well, service over. Thank you very much for coming. It means a lot to Vanguard Zombies, okay? If they were still here today, they would be really happy you all came, and thank you for remembering. Okay, service over. As of the day I am recording this, the 3rd of December, 2021, Vanguard Zombies is still in a horrible state, and there's this article that's been floating around a lot lately, which states that COD Vanguard has been the weakest UK launch in over a decade, which is just wild to me. A decade is a long time, okay? That is 10 years. And so for Vanguard to be crashing this hard is obviously signaling that something is very wrong right now. We have another article here which states that the UK Call of Duty launch sales were down by 40% year on year, which is just, I cannot get over how drastically these numbers are dropping. And this is especially worrying now because with new games coming out like Battlefield 2042, although that game is an absolute mess right now, people are starting to enjoy this more than Vanguard. Warzone is getting a new update as well that's going to really take people away from Vanguard and put them back to a good old Battle Royale. And then we have Halo Infinite, which is starting to just dominate not just Vanguard Zombies, but just any recent FPS game in general. And Vanguard, as well as Vanguard Zombies, has just crashed so hard. I made a video addressing the Zombies issue and just the things that are wrong with it. And if you haven't watched that, then go watch it. I'll put it in an iCard here. Think of this video as a follow-up to that one. And I made this video about 2 to 3 weeks ago as of the time I'm recording this, and I got a handful of comments of people expressing the sheer disappointment they feel about the mode, and I do think that this reflects Vanguard as a whole, not even just Zombies. I got a comment here from Omerta, sorry if that's not how it's pronounced. They say, Vanguard has the most boring Zombies experience ever made. Why did they decide to experiment rather than give us rounds? And I did reply and just say that it's not the experimentation that bothers me, it's just more that they're doing so much experimenting all in one game and somehow not even adding anything new, by the way. And it's got to a point where they're trying to change it that much that it's just alienating Zombies fans and it just feels very disconnected. We have VVVTTT saying what a joke with a laughing face, and to be honest I think that's the whole Zombies community right now. It just shows people's distaste for the game right now. And then one more comment here from Dan the Man 101 that says, I can't bring myself to buy any more Call of Duties after Cold War. To me it was such a letdown and Vanguard just looked so generic that I couldn't give my money to them anymore. That was a good little episode of I Ask Zombies players there. Remember that series? Because I do, it was very fun. Thank you to everyone who commented on those, by the way. But with the Vanguard, I don't see any of that kind of content happening because there's one, not enough content to talk about, and two, the community just feels so disconnected right now. And that's not our fault, it's more just the game is just so lacking. If there isn't a good game to play or enough content in said game to talk about, people will simply just leave it be and the game will die. And as you can see, this exact thing is happening. Like I said, let's go back to them statistics earlier. Vanguard has been the worst launch in the UK in the last decade, and we've had our launch sales down by 40%. It just really is showing, and people are making such an uproar about this. It's very hard to hide the absolutely disastrous launch of Call of Duty Vanguard. Back in the video I made about 2 to 3 weeks ago, I mentioned how there was not enough content in Vanguard Zombies, and this is still true. We still have no Pack-a-Punch camo, we still have no Easter egg or Easter eggs, there is still no wonder weapon, and still not even a pause option, which Treyarch have said will be in the game soon, but how is it it taking this long? And I'm not saying it's Treyarch's fault, because this is Activision calling the shots here. It's Treyarch that just more make it happen. It's just really frustrating to see that we still don't even have a pause button. You know, the gameplay you're seeing now with Cold War Zombies, I was playing it and I could pause. I could go for a piss whenever I wanted to, and it felt good. And for some reason with Vanguard, you get kicked after about 2 minutes, and it's just, you can't even pause, so you would die before then anyway. It's so frustrating. It really is. High rounds in the game just feel completely pointless as well. It doesn't feel like a round counter. It just feels more like a counter for how many objectives have been completed in a match. And overall, there's just a general lack of content. I mean, you can literally do everything by round 15, and you most likely have done everything by round 15, that being pack a punch 3 times, play all the objectives, get all of your perks and fully upgrade them, and that's literally everything to do on the game. There's just nothingness, and it feels so empty. Now, Cold War Zombies had a very rough launch, don't get me wrong, and opinions were very mixed. Even I wasn't a big fan of it when it first came out. As it went on, it grew on me more and more. I'm not saying that Cold War is perfect, but compared to Vanguard right now, the differences are striking. Cold War Zombies literally launched with more features than Vanguard has. It launched with an extra perk, a full upgrade system, not just buying the same perk a few times, wall weapons, which I have no idea why they took them away, and there's just more examples you'll probably find, but it's just really hard for me to wrap my head around what the hell is going on, and at this point it's really hard to see how this can get any better. I mean, there's been recent leaks lately, and it seems as though that there are not going to be any round-based maps this year, and that to me is just really worrying. So is this it? I mean, for the rest of Vanguard Zombies, are we just going to be escorting a floating head in a cage around for the rest of the year, like the rest of the season? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if they're going to add any new perks. I've not heard anything about that. I have no idea, and there's no content to make, and it's sad I'm having to make another video like this because I don't want to sound like I'm being too harsh, but it just really needs to be said. I think we all need to vent about this, and if we make enough uproar, then hopefully something will change. But right now, COD Vanguard is complete cheeks. It's just lackluster. Considering the statistics we have, I don't think it's just me and a few others that feel that way. So what's the solution here? What could possibly be done? And if Vanguard isn't going to be getting any round-based maps or anything, if that is the direction it's going, which it really seems like it is, I think a Cold War Year 2 just needs to happen. Looking back on Cold War now, the general consensus of the community is that it's one of the more above average Zombies experiences. Maybe not by a lot, but it is pretty good. Maybe give us some more Outbreak stuff, okay? I don't know about you, but I would happily have more Outbreak stuff. And especially if they add PvP into Outbreak. If they do that, it is going to skyrocket, it will take off, because I think that is something everyone would love to give a go. I know I would really enjoy that. It would be a really good laugh, but it also could be quite competitive in a good way. But just more Outbreak content. Don't just completely ditch it after a year. I don't understand that. Work on it. Work on something like that. Maybe some survival maps like what we had in Black Ops 2. Just small little bare bones maps with maybe a few perks. Up that difficulty scale with Cold War a bit. I mean, we had the Rampage Inducer, which is huge for zombies, and that was really fun. So just keep adding little things like this, or hell, even give us some more round-based maps, which would be really fun to play. I know everyone would totally be down for some new round-based maps. I know I would be. The best case scenario is we get a Zombies Chronicles 2, but I don't think we're ever gonna get that, although it does make sense that it's their emergency button if Vanguard keeps failing. Need I go on any longer? I think you get what I'm trying to say, and I think the idea is pretty obvious, and I think the community can agree as a whole here that a Cold War Year 2 may be the best idea right now. But as it stands in this current moment in time, Vanguard Zombies and Vanguard as a whole is failing, it's dying, and I really do not know if Call of Duty as a franchise is going to recover from this one, or get itself out of this situation of being a completely empty and dull game. But anyways, I'm going to leave this video here today. If you enjoyed or agree with what I said, be sure to smash the like button, comment your thoughts on this whole discussion. I mean, if you need to vent, just vent, go in the comments, vent about Vanguard, make some suggestions for improvements, anything at all you need to say about Vanguard. I'd love to hear it and have a discussion, and only a very small percentage of people are even subscribed to the channel, so if you've made it this far, subscribe, you won't regret it. Turn on the notification bell too to stay notified whenever I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.